you manifested. And the miracle came through your manifestation. What you manifested, what you visualized, what you imagined, it came through. But now, all of a sudden, all these negative thoughts and doubts and fears start settling in. And then you wonder, is this truly what I wanted? This is not what I imagined exactly. And then you start doubting yourself and your own manifestation. Did this ever happen to you? It happened to me. It's the awareness of it that makes it a little bit different this time. I caught myself doing the same thing that I was doing all along for many years. So I would want something really bad, and I would go through all the process that I normally do for the manifestation to show up. And then it would show up, and then I would it seems like I would sabotage it. I would do opposite things to what I should do in a way, to instead of being in faith that this is really a miracle that happened because of what I wanted to manifest, but instead I almost do the opposite. So I'll give you an example. I talked in my videos a lot about my prior toxic relationships and the narcissist and the abandonment issue that I had with my father and how I resolved it, how I went through it. So I wanted to manifest something different to come into my life. And that came into my life. And then all of these thoughts, doubts, negative thoughts and negative beliefs and fear-based thoughts started creeping up into my mind and into my being. And I started thinking about all of the things that can go wrong. And I started thinking about and actually doing the opposite, like basically sabotaging this relationship. What I was doing is what I used to do, one of my patterns that kind of showed up through this that I didn't even know about, it was very subconscious, was that I had a story that all men are toxic and that all men are controlling, because that's what was going on in my life for a very long time. It was a pattern that I had. And I could not trust them. Okay, I could not trust these people, these men, which kind of created a story in my subconscious that I can't trust men. Okay, so when you're going with that story, so what I was doing really, I'll give you an exact thing that I was doing, is I'll share kind of a lot about myself very early on, and then I sit back and observe how these men would behave. And then as soon as something happens where they misuse the information that they know about me or they have, I immediately go into a mode of, oh, I knew it. This is exactly what I was expecting. Yes, I was right. Men cannot be trusted. You see where this is going? I had a story that it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. It was basically saying, I can't trust men, therefore I give them a lot of the information about myself that is very, it's not something that you would give to people early on, and then I wait for them to misuse it so that I can leave. So I noticed that that's what I was doing. I noticed that because of my abandonment issue that I had with my father, I created a story in my mind that men cannot be trusted. Therefore, I was setting them up to fail so that I can then leave and be right about my story. And that was a continuous pattern that was showing up throughout my life. So the payoff for me was that I was right. Then my story checks off. And so it continued to happen. So I caught this early on in this relationship because I started doing the same thing, and I caught myself doing it. And I caught myself having all of these negative thoughts and all of these doubts and things that are fear-based ego thoughts. And it's basically saying that what I have manifested is not good enough. So the way the manifestation works is you pray for something, you meditate, you manifest, and then you let it go and consider it done by the universe. When the universe and God delivers, you accept that miracle, and you are grateful for it, and then you take it, and you go ahead and go on with your life. In this instance, I manifested what I wanted and what kind of a person I wanted and a relationship that I wanted, and then I received it, and then my entire being went into the mode of, no, this is not it. It's not exactly what I wanted, and therefore I reject it. So what you're basically saying to the universe is that the miracle that you received from the divine is not good enough for you. And so you're giving the universe a mixed message, and you're basically blocking it. You're blocking your miracle from happening. And thankfully, I caught myself doing this early on, and I had an awareness of it, and I let it go. But once you have the judgment about what you received, that it's not good enough, you block it. You block your miracle. You block your miracle, no matter what it is. It could be a relationship. It could be abundance of money, whatever it is that you want. Health. So our ego has this way of making us believe that your fear-based thoughts are somehow superior to the divine miracle that just got delivered to you. And it's important to understand that the energy that you're carrying with yourself, the energy that you embody, is basically how you attract with your energy who you are, and you attract and relate to the people that you're with based on the energy that you have around yourself and in your aura. So my energy was that I don't trust men, okay? And even though I went through the healing process, I understood my abandonment issues, I went through the entire healing process over the course of the years, forgave my father a long time ago. I understood that forgiving is not even needed because there's nothing to forgive. He was an unconscious person with his own patterns. And even though I've done all of that, there was still something in my subconscious. There was a lingering fear that, and a lingering pattern that I caught just now. And I wanted to share with you so that you can do the same. Examine your thoughts, examine your beliefs, examine what you're doing once you manifest what you want, and examine whether that is really true. That is that really a fear-based egoic thoughts that are showing up for you, or is this real? Because a lot of times we block, or the manifestation keeps on coming. We block it by our thoughts. We block it by our beliefs. So that's all I had for today. I hope this is helpful. Leave me in the comment section if you want me to dive into anything deeper. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, I'd love to hear about you. And I'll see you soon.